It is April 1st, 2022. It's a quick walkthrough of the Whittington truck. I'm gonna walk you through everything, show you what everything is real quick. I've already done an operations video, so you'll see that. And you have another video I went over the electrical system here, which is down here, and then everything at the front of the video, I'm sorry, at the front of the truck, and then all your hose reels and your burner over there. So we'll start here at the water tank. You've got your fill hoses obviously coming in on the red hose. Up inside there is your Hudson float valves, and then you have the other open one here if you wanted to use the fourth like you requested, and that also has a Hudson valve. There is, excuse me, there is one more fill line on the other side of the tank there. Here you have a dump valve if you want to dump the tank. Little short hose here on cam lock. There's another one of these exactly opposite this, so you can drain from either side, or likewise if you want to backfill with a hydrant, you can do that too. Obviously be careful doing that. You have nothing to stop the tank from overflowing, so you'll want to keep an eye on that. So when you get this, I'll have this popped off here, and I'm just going to put this down here. Down here you have some, this was the hose that Pressure Pro provided for the bypass lines. I used our 1/2-inch hose in our 1/2-inch JIC fittings here, so you can quickly disconnect these if you need to service them versus the smaller 3/8 hose. Not quite sure what you wanted me to do with that hose. I'm guessing you wanted that for fill hose, but I used our own hose, so that's there for you to use. There are two jumper hoses down here. Your spare machine you wanted over there, there's one jumper hose here. That will take that machine, and it will be long enough to feed any one of these hose reels if you want, or it'll go into your heater if you want. And then I've got another hose under there that is the same length, which will come from your heater and will feed any one of these hose reels. So you have the ability to use the heater for anything on any of the hose reels and your spare machine over there. These lines can also be used if you have a problem with one of the feed lines here that's feeding one of the hose reels. You can feed them there too. And these are all on JIC. This is a swivel type fitting, flared fitting there. So you just need to take a wrench, crack this loose, and then you can take it off the rest of the way by finger. Sorry, by hand. The bypass lines here are the same way. They all use the same fitting. Makes it very easy service. I might end up putting this hose on the other side there. But that's where all that stuff is. So here are obviously your machine feeds. You can follow these right where they need to go. On the sides of the tank, on either side of the tank, will fill the top, feed the top machines. And then the two in the middle there will feed the bottom machines. Your valve on off, or your shut off valve here. You've got your, obviously, your mesh, filter mesh screens that you provided. And then the bypass line coming from the unloader into the tank, and there's the service valve there. So you'll see here, I added a valve here. This is for priming the machines. I'm sure I don't need to go over priming with you. You know what you need to do if you need to, or you know why you would need to prime if you need to prime. But I have a little cap on these, as you can see here, just in case somebody happens to bump this, this stays shut. So if you need to prime, what you're gonna do is hook your garden hose in here, shut your valve on your bypass line there, turn your garden hose on, open this valve up here, and then obviously this will push water through the system and push any air out of the system. When you're done, go ahead and shut this valve off, put this cap back on, open up your bypass line, open up your feed valve to the machine, and you are good to go. Likewise, if you want to evacuate the water from the system, I did this when I was done testing so that you can transport in the cold weather or whatever. You can hook an air compressor line in here and open this up and just blow all the water out. You're winterized, you're ready for service, whatever you need to do. You will see these tags on your machines. When I was setting the machines, I noticed this one had an oil leak here. It was kind of nasty down here. There's still a little bit of oil and every now and then it seeps. I don't know where it's coming from. You provided the machines. I don't want to tear into them. This one had a little oil leak. They were all over-fulled except for the top one, which has been used. So I'm going to assume you have serviced that at some point and the oil level has been corrected. This machine smokes pretty bad. You can see on the video, the operations video, a nice little cloud of smoke coming out of there. So I just wrote that on there for you guys before you start using these. Go over your fluid levels and everything and check everything out and make sure everything is okay for you. They were all operational, no issue, just a little bit of a smoke here, which again, you'll see on the operations video. So hose reels, just as you want them. Everything's in some form or fashion secured to the bed. I tried to protect everything. You're driving down the road. I don't want anything coming up and hitting you. Everything underneath is the same way, protected. Again, you can see here, these two feed your bottom machine. So you got your two feeds from the tank going into your filters and then going out to either machine. The machine feeds are on 1-inch cam lock, so you can pull those off and service as you need, and then shut obviously each individual line on and off. Also, same with the bypass again and again there, just like all the other fittings, they're on that JIC, that quick fitting there if you need to service them. Here are all your individual tanks. Each tank is next to its individual machine. All the batteries are up here. These two inside batteries here go to the bottom machines. Two outside batteries here go to the top machines. This battery for this machine was dead. I was able to charge it. This other battery that's going down to the bottom machine was totally dead. I've got it on the battery reconditioning tool. I'm trying to recondition it now. I think I'll be able to save it. So when you get it, you will have all the batteries back here that you provided me with when you dropped the truck off. Over here, you can see the other line coming in the other feed. So that would be your fourth feed there. And again, the Hudson valve is on that. Tank strapped down. Check your straps every now and then. They shouldn't loosen up, but they're ratchet straps and things happen. So check them and make sure everything is good. I left all your fittings on your tank so you can quickly disconnect those, pop those off, take them down to the fuel station if you want to, and you're good from there. And I will go back here for a minute. We've got your heater going through the roof there. This is on a blast gate, so if you are driving this in the cold weather, you want this puppy to be closed. You don't want that cold weather coming down through here and possibly freezing your coil. Just loosen that screw, push that in. Otherwise, you can leave that out. This will leave this open. Be very careful that you are not operating this or trying to operate the system with this closed. If you do that, you will soot the coil up. You'll have to pull all this apart, clean that out. So be very diligent in making sure that this is open anytime you want to use this. And then just leave it closed when you're not going to use it. Also be very careful if you are using this. This will convect heat through the entire mechanism here. So when you go to shut this, use a glove, a stick, or something to push that closed because it will be hot. Do not grab that with your hand. Just like that says, you will get burned. Obviously diesel fuel right there for your heater controls. And then we'll come around here and everything's pretty much the same as it is on the other side. As far as the tank's concerned, again, here is your redundant dump valve. If you want to use that, just hook that hose up there on that cam lock and go about it just as you would on the other. Heat shield here for the exhaust so it doesn't hit the tank. Side feed here goes up to the top machine here, your spare machine. And then you can see here, I'm sorry, let me grab a wrench here real quick. And I will show you just how easy these fittings come on and off. I used this here so I could adapt this for testing. All you do is take this and spin that. And boom, you see that conical 37-degree seat there. That's called a JIC, often used in hydraulic fittings. So all these fittings are on that. You'll see your inlet, your outlet here on your heater are the same way. You literally just, I mean, it's that quick, man. You just spin this thing on there, tighten it down with the wrench, you're done. It makes everything come on and off real easy. And again, same way with the feed lines. Everything's on a cam lock here, so if you need to pull these off and service them, you can do it very simply. That's it, man. Real simple, real easy. You shouldn't have any problems. Have a good one.